probably about July 2016. We're from Ireland, but we live in London. And I had been at that time working as a maintenance gardener in West London for very wealthy clients. And a lot of them were really powerful politicians. And one morning I got up to work, and on the news, this high-rise social housing building in the area that I was working in had got on fire, and 72 people died. And it was really upsetting because the people living in the building had complained about safety in the building for so long, and it hadn't been listened to. So, and I was going to work, and I was going to work for these politicians who could have looked after the people in their borough. So we wrote the song, The Others, about the people who are neglected, forgotten about in society.
The actual melody, I remember you had a voice note. Aoife had a voice note on her phone, which is probably actually how a lot of our songs come about. And I remember it had that rhythm section, kind of chug thing, which we worked off.
And just the lyrics, that's how the others died, that's how they'll die again. So we kind of worked from that.
Yeah. And there's a lyric in it that's my favourite, I think, on the whole album that we're going to release, which is they're the salt of the earth, but not sure what their worth is. They're the salt of the earth. I don't know if is that an Irish saying, or...
I don't think so.
It's kind of like a phrase that you would use about people. I don't know how to describe this properly without...
Yeah, people use it a lot in context when, the poor things, maybe people who aren't as well off, don't have as much, they're not as classy as other people.
Yeah.
But they're really nice, they're the salt of the earth, you can trust them, but you wouldn't hang out with them, you wouldn't go near them.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like to have their lives.
Exactly, yeah. And so they're the salt of the earth, but not sure what their worth is. I think that sums up people in poorer areas and stuff who might not contribute financially to society, and they're forgotten about and disregarded. So I think, it's quite an important song for us, and it always gets a really strong reaction when we play it live and stuff like that, because I think everyone in any country in the world, in Ireland, England, in the US, I think everyone can kind of relate to that feeling of being forgotten about if you're not, rich and powerful, maybe.